What's up everybody, Jared here with another Netflix of a movie review. So I checked out their new kind of sci-fi movie that they're offering, I.O. In the near future, Earth is slowly dying, causing humans to explore outer space for a new home. One scientist believes she can crack the reasoning behind Earth's change. But can she reach her conclusion before the last shuttle leaves Earth? So is I.O. a decent sci-fi movie from Netflix? Let's find out. Now, before I get into my thoughts, let me know what you guys thought of I.O. in the comments down below. Is Netflix stepping up its game, or was this just a generic sci-fi movie? Now let's get into some of the good. The scenery or kind of world setup that they did in I.O. was fairly intriguing. I mean, it is kind of your run-of-the-mill post-apocalyptic world where, you know, there's not many humans left. Everyone's kind of left the planet. There's areas with a lot of, resources, but you have to kind of be careful because it's kind of like a wasteland. And then there's much cleaner atmosphere up in like higher elevation or the mountains where our main character conducts her research. In my opinion, it was very reminiscent of The Last of Us, where they couldn't really breathe in the spores, they had to wear gas masks. And also I thought it was a nice added touch where they had to basically use their lighters to see what color the flame was to find out if the atmosphere was safe to breathe or not. Aside from the unique rules that they set up in I.O., I thought the performances were fairly decent. I.O. is strictly two characters sort of playing off of each other, and the girl, Margaret Qualley, I think that's her name, she plays Sam. She's there, she's one of the last survivors on Earth, and she's conducting all of this research on bees to find out if there is a way for humans to survive in this new atmosphere. Joining her is Anthony Mackie, and he's sort of kind of this drifter. He shows up in a balloon, he's looking for some of the last survivors, and he demands that she come with him to the last launch site that's going to be launched in, I think, like 5 days. And like I mentioned earlier, the dialogue is strictly between these two, and it's kind of revealing things like what exactly happened to Earth, what was Earth like before, what is going to happen, why are all these people leaving the planet, and seemingly the dialogue flows fairly well between these two performers. However, the writing in the script really limited these performers and just the movie in general. It's a lot of who are you, why are you here, we need to get to the launch site. There are two decent performers in this movie, and they try to make the dialogue as intriguing, as interesting as possible, but man, the writing is just, it's bland to say the least. And due to this, the pacing in I.O. is slow, and I mean slow. The first 45 minutes is Sam conducting research on these different bees, going into the waste zone to get resources, and kind of just sending emails back and forth with her love interest that's off planet. This isn't exactly thrilling, and when Anthony Mackie's character shows up, you think that there's going to be some sort of conflict. They're not going to see eye to eye. They might have to team up, and scavengers are going to show up and they're going to have to fight him off. But the film never really escalates. It's sort of this slow crawl from beginning to end. And lastly, this sort of follows in a sci-fi trope of just dropping exposition after exposition so the viewers aren't too confused about how this world is set up and what exactly is happening. The film opens up with a monologue describing, just lots of exposition, and then the emails going back and forth. They don't entirely scream exposition, but there's a lot of stuff in there. I.O. is simply explaining all of the rules to this world to us as viewers, rather than letting us experience it, watch our characters go through this world to find out, what they can do and what they can't do. Overall, I.O. is simply your run-of-the-mill Netflix sci-fi movie, with intriguing visuals and world setup, along with some decent performances, but with a bad script, extremely slow pacing, and just exposition dumps. I would go ahead and skip out on I.O. I mean, it's a Netflix movie, everyone has Netflix, if you're bored, turn it on, but I'm gonna warn you, it's a slow one. In closing, I'm gonna give I.O. 2.4 out of 5 post-apocalyptic worlds. So what did you think of I.O.? I want to know in the comments down below. Anyways, guys, as always, thank you for watching. Follow all of my social media stuff down there. There's more videos over there. Watch those. Subscribe down to my channel if you haven't. And until next time, I'll see you later. In closing, I'm gonna give I.O.